City Stand.
All right, so daily dose for news and insights. We are here to dish it out once again. We are right here at the newsstand, specifically at Bulegba Axis. Let's quickly move down to today's business. We have the Nigerian Tribune newspaper, Daily Sun newspaper, Daily Sun newspaper with Nigerian Tribune newspaper with us this morning. Very, very crucial headline on their front pages. The front page of Daily Sun newspaper this morning. Presidency warns non-state actors. Presidency warns non-state actors, says they will face consequence of actions. That's what we have on the front page of the Daily Sun newspaper, and you can see the story on page 6 of this paper. Moving on to another one, same page 6, we have security invitation. NLC president to storm police headquarters with national officers, others labor to embark on peaceful prayer procession. To the next one, page 28 of Daily Sun newspaper. You can only contest in 2031, not 2027, but the judge tells Atiku. You can only contest in 2031, not 2027, but the judge tells Atiku. The Nigerian Tribune, the major headline, it reads, Nigerians perplexed under Tinubu's government. Nigerians perplexed under Tinubu's government, says Afenifere. What is going on in the country? Of course, everybody knows what is going on. We know what we are presently facing in the country. Laments crippling hunger, runaway inflation, unremitting insecurity falls, profligate waste of resources, raise alarm over harassment of media, retreats, call for implementation of Orosagi report. 4 Nigerians jailed for forging more than 2,000 marriage documents for Nigerians in UK. Police arrest naval officer for killing ex-naval chief's son in Abuja. All right, like I told you, I have my respondents today on this program. We are in Abulega and we are ready to dissect what we have on papers. This is City Views on City Stand, and I'm Michael Adokune. I'll be right back.
City Stand.
All right, good morning to you.
Good morning to you also.
Peter, how you doing?
Good.
Peter Obi. One more, Yoruba and Beba.
Our local one.
Aren't you happy? Aren't you happy that our local is there?
No, why is it fast? So why should that be happy? Of course, no, not everybody's happy.
But things are going on well the way we planned it. The way we envisaged, things are going on well. Are you not enjoying the system, the administration, everything? No fuel scarcity, no food insecurity, no inflation.
You meant the identical thought of everything.
All right, 1 year plus of Tinubu in office, and Nigerians are experiencing this. It's a worrisome situation. Honestly, let's be specific. How do you feel about the whole thing? Are you in any way disappointed?
I mean,
As a Yoruba man.
on the situation, I'm not disappointed at all.
Wow.
I'm not.
You're not disappointed at all?
Yeah.
Why did you say that?
Yeah. I have some vital facts to give out.
Okay.
For me.
Okay.
One, during this campaign, if you have lived in Nigeria for quite a while, you understand, like, from every predecessor to senators, the country is the situation of the country tends to exacerbate. And from Jonathan to Yadra to Jeff. Sorry.
From Jonathan to Buhari.
Buhari to Tinubu. So it has always been a worrisome issue. And on truthful notes, it's evident to see now if you could remember Tinubu's campaign, everywhere he went to, you know the work I do now.
Yeah.
So he was at Kano State for that day when I was campaigning. This man didn't say anything at all. At least for your you have a party program. You belong to a party. You tend to have your own manifesto, your party manifesto. So he got to Kano, and the long run when he was there, he just was like, he saw the teaming crowds that were there, came out in groups to Tinubu is here, Asiwaju. Now what did he say? He said that he was struck with the crowd he saw. Nothing. He couldn't even emit a word at all. Like, it was like just clapping, thrilled by the crowd he saw. So the truthful note, just like as I said, this is a question there. What was Tinubu's aspiration? Nothing. That to become the president of Nigeria. Nothing. As I said, I was disappointed as well. Nothing. He didn't have a manifesto. He didn't have a cardinal plan at all. Anywhere he goes to, it be local, Yoruba local. It was a setting. After the shit, it's time for Yoruba to eat. And the so-called annoying part of it is like the elites, the ignorant people. They all in this Yoruba region here. And I'm not shit. I'm not saying there's a saying that in two evils you choose a lesser evil. I'm not saying Peter Obi would have done better or Atiku would have shared well. But it's crystal clear. This man has nothing to offer apparently. In his first one on the IPS, he has won. Why? Okay. Peter Obi would have removed subsidy also. That's Atiku. But they are ameliorating ways. There are things you do to ameliorate the tension about the countries. That's where we got things wrong. Number two, you deflated the naira. Come on. How can I, as a bona fide person, wake up with? So I don't want to the highest money. Highest currency a country can put up. It's like waking up, you're owing $1,000. And you can't even cater for yourself again. And Baba, you're not spending too much. You're not spending too much. You're not spending too much.
Yeah.
Just to put something for body.
Yeah, stomach, yeah.
And Baba, it's not even worth it. You're not even spending that. It's not even worth it at all. And the worst thing is just even started. Just even started. You can see everywhere. Currently, I wish you could zoom your camera to see the currency of how things have been done here. It's a thing saying everywhere, and the worst part about it is it's not even started.
But he said he has been preparing for this for close to 30 years. Is this the result of his preparation?
He said he has been preparing for this for how many years?
For close to 30 years.
For close to 30 years.
Yeah.
Preparing for what? To become Nigeria's president. He achieved this.
To revamp the economy?
To revamp the economy. It's crystal clear now. What are his plans for the country? It's as simple as that. He was at France on Tuesday. Sorry, at South Africa on Tuesday. When he was being questioned by the president, he said, like, they will shut down the borders, they will remove the borders back, and petrol will be sold back to 170 per litre. If you could get 2 zeros per litre. And this is a country where Dangote invested $20 billion. Mind you, he's still a loggerhead with the NNPC currently. So, as a businessman, I invested $20 billion. Such monumental amount of money. So you're telling me like I will now sell my now are you agree like I'm not selling my petrol to you or dollars again? I'm telling you right? So how will I go back to the 170 plan? The price is also sold before. What's the aim of an enterprise? I'm making business to maximize profits. So it's like that we work up on our slumber. Anything. It's like that we work up on our slumber. Now the end justifies the means. It's just about getting your sanity right and providing food for the table. I don't say no.
How do we provide food for the family?
It's based on
when things are expensive.
That's why I said it's like that we work up from our house level. It's based on an individual perspective. It's based on what you can do, what I can do. My trip might not work for you, might not work for me, might not work for this person, might not work for this certain person. But it's about just getting your ends meet right.
So is this how we'll continue to 2027?
In as much, it's more.
Well, as we speak, it's difficult for many Nigerians to eat twice a
Twice
day.
a day, yeah, definitely. It's about surviving now for anything. It's about surviving.
Okay,
Any form of way, just try to survive now.
Now, let's quickly look at this statement by Body Judge.
Okay.
Atiku should wait till 2031.
Straight to 2020,
2031.
2031. You know our problem here. We're all misgoverned by the so-called people that we tend to know. Look at the body judge of this world since how many years? I think Atiku should be around his late 70s now.
The same Body Judge opposed this administration. He opposed Tinubu. Yeah, I remember.
It's about most times your enemies are your enemies, your friends are your friends.
Well, it's not Body Judge that said if Tinubu at the end of the day becomes the president of Nigeria, he will leave the country.
Yeah, exceptional.
He said it.
So it's written on the paper there.
And it's still in Nigeria.
Or
is he in Ghana?
You know the problem.
He said he will relocate to Ghana.
You know the problem with the problem with many Nigerians here. With the downtrodden. We tend to lie to ourselves. As far as you could about you come for a day, you see 5 people carry go out. The rest don't see your brothers or daddy don't see. We don't tend to feel the pains. And these people, they dine together, they eat together. Solepa, sorry. Sorry,
No problem.
So in a nutshell, people talk about me. We are the civils of our own games. As far as you can put food on the table, you don't even care about what your other parent can do. Because you just retaliate what he said like 2 years ago to the people like this. But it's not working, it's not the reality of it. Where are they? Look at the time. This was a man who protested against Jonathan. Remember then? What lives of the coalition counts? What lives of the Chile Bakari then?
What are they saying?
They went out massively. They marched out. And the country was at this worst stage as it is currently. So why we it's one thing to know the truth. And it's one thing to lie against the truth. Come on, we know the truth. We know the truth. We know where the shoe pitches.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't see any form of relation at all in this country. I'm sorry, because only a foolish office will tell you that reality of the movement. I don't think that not to be professing greatness when it's currently run like this. I don't like to.
Can you fish out or pick out any tangible thing this present administration has succeeded in doing?
Any tangible thing, unless you mean the ironical form of it, I can't say anything tangible at all.
Nothing tangible.
Nothing tangible at all. Nothing tangible. That you are solely not to depend on any form of government at all. Be your own survivor. Find your way of surviving. The government are just here. They're just like a puppet in their hands. They tend to be the puppets here. Nothing. I try to be corrected. My forms of word might attract to from any candid opinion. Not on a truthful note. At this stage of my life, with the current reality of the moment, I thank God I still tend to come out of my daily business. At least in the day, I still boost up 2 square meters. I have a room to sleep over. I'm still even furthering much about the betterment of my life. But I have things where it pinches me. Why, Baba? I have an aging mother. I have an aging mother. I long for the future also. All these are things that they are painful currently now. Because of the current predicament they surmounted at us. But 5,000 is behaving like 500 naira. And no one's talking about it. Why? You know those days now when you won't take out your money. Even the drink with the drink most times, they buy 300 naira.
City stand.
NLC to storm police headquarters with Ajero. I don't understand.
Those are one of the biggest jokes of the century. Ajero and NLC. You know, when we're in school, then there's something we call political group and pressure group. But seriously, they've all been attacked currently now. There's nobody fighting for anybody anywhere. But take instance now. Look at if you go and visit your eyes on or you can go back to YouTube. What's the Kenya protest? We did NSAS here. It was a different picture of what happened in Kenya. I saw Kenyans who their protesters, their brother, their parents were
Very cooperative.
they were very cooperative.
And serious with the protest.
Nothing like DJ
DJ.
having food vendors at your side here. Papa, this is the word I want to fought. When they were shot, they mobilized themselves into the hospitals, donating blood.
Lord.
This was a protest in reality. Papa, if you were here on Abu Black Bound, they didn't protest. No protest for Black Bound. Now they do Guru, all of us. Why? Because if from my brother point of view, say that person don't get 20k for accounts, then we go to protest. And it's the reality of it, Baba. It's the reality of it. Oh, we all remember what happened in Texas. We can't compare Kenya population to our own population. We can't compare the brutalization to their own brutalization.
At all.
But what did the man do there? He felt the annoyance of his own folks. He exercised every members of his cabinet. He shuffled everybody. What's happened for them? They lost increased high price of their VAT, increased price of their POS, charges to anybody pay. They came out mobilized like he had to like drop the position of the first first lady. Sorry, the second I don't know what they call them. He omitted the office. Second is one cabinet. So people who knows the value of what they hold.
Yes, and a person that knows the value of his citizens.
So we haven't got to that stage. We are facing Thanksgiving of what Kenya is facing.
You could remember what your Senate president said.
They said like
let them go and protest, enjoying themselves.
So it's a fact. It's like we're being used as a messed up.
I think this really shows that we are not right for democracy. We are not right for independence.
Apologies to who gave the imaginary call for state government that time. I think it was Anthony Menaro. Oh, maybe Google got in national secretary post here, but with all periods of sincerity here, we are definitely not right for it. This is a country where you say 1,000 plus, not even it doesn't know what direction it's heading to. So sad. It's everywhere, but yeah, things should be very, 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 very monstrous.
All right. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you for coming.
City Stand.
Gabriel, good morning to you. How are you doing?
Mr. Mike, good morning, good morning, good morning. How's everything?
Yeah, fine.
It's really good to see you here again. I just decided to take a walk to hear what's on the field. And funny enough, here you are, as usual.
Yeah, here we are together to dissect issues bothering the minds of Nigerians, trending issues in the country. We have Atiku in this political war. There is someone that has been contesting for how many years now, and he has been losing out.
You see, there are individuals that are synonymous to failures. So talking about Atiku, let's just forget it. Because looking at the headline news, we were told that leave it till next time. Let him just take a break. That's where we're heading to. Let him just take a break. Now, the forthcoming election, I think you should just sit down, let him re-strategize, let him go for coaching if possible.
Coaching as well.
Yeah, let him go for coaching. Let people that knows what it takes to cross every T and dot every I when it comes to election, tutor him. Because it is one thing to say you have people behind you, it's another thing to convince them to be behind you. You know, you could have people and at the end of the day, they are not behind you. Just because you are not sugar-coated enough or you don't have what it entails for them to come with you. So I think he should go back to his drawing table, call his committee to say, what and what can I do? Or what can I say that will convince these people to entrust their vote for me to come back to definitely come to rule them again. Because if you are not looking at that direction, my brother, forget it. I don't think he has any joker to throw.
So it's an advice to Atiku or what?
Yes, but eventually I know it will get to him. Atiku Baba, to you, I would advise just take a chill pill, watch people who know this game, watch them, and then Go back to your drawing table to
School of politics, so what are you trying to say?
It's not about school of politics.
But he's a veteran in this game.
My dear, talking about being a veteran, you have to come with evidence of victories.
Evidence of victory.
Victories, yes. You must have you must have a tag to say he went here, he succeeded. He voted, he succeeded. He contested, he succeeded. He went for a campaign, he succeeded. Now, if we are counting your number of success and your number of failure, and the number of failure exceed the number of, my brother, I think you should go back to the drawing table to check what is wrong. So I think this year, next election, you should sit, relax, and then watch people play the game of politics. When you are politicking, is different from governance. Let's get that fact. If you're a politician, you're politicking. If you are governing, that is governance. You know, when you want to rule people, it's quite different from when you're playing games with minds. So game of politics has to do with what? Mind. So you should go back. I think, sorry to say, I wouldn't want to go out of the country, but you should go learn from Putin. You should be able to know what it takes.
From Putin?
Yes, to manipulate minds.
That's the Russian president.
Yeah, you need to tell them what they need to hear. You need to tell them what they need to know. And at the same time, you should be able to tell them what you are offering. Everyone is moved by what they want to hear. Everyone is moved by what they want to see. And that is what you should use in guiding and striving your political ambition.
And is that not what plunged us into this crisis we are presently facing?
Everybody wants to hear.
They want to hear something,
yes,
right?
Yes, they want to hear something. Like I used to say, quote and unquote, I'm not saying he should deceive, but he should be able to encode whatsoever he wants to deliver correctly. If I am telling you I'm delivering good roads, I should be able to tell you I'm delivering good roads at this time, with these reasons, with this set of individuals, which you know is achievable within that point in time. I don't know if you're getting me. So if you're looking at that direction, then I think you should go back to learn.
Did Tinubu sugarcoat before he was, elected into this office?
In all sincerity, I must tell you, every problem we are facing right now, I wouldn't want to ascribe it to one person, which is Tinubu, the president. Let us tell ourselves the factual truth. If he's making efforts and the people that are supposed to execute it are not executing what ought to be, then it becomes his fault. He is at the decision-taking level, he signs it out. Once he signs it out, there are people that are supposed to actually discharge these functions. If they are not discharging these functions as at when due and how prescribed, it becomes his own problem. But the major problem Tinubu has is that he doesn't have a monitoring team that follows suit whatsoever he says, because there are too many agendas that he's attending to at a go. You can't chew a mouthful. So talking about Atiku waiting till not this next election simply means he should go and sit down and tutor himself. He should go back to the drawing table. What are the major problems of the Nigerians? What are the first, second, third agenda you should attend to? And those three things should not wait. And if you will permit me to shoot further, I think the minimum wage is one thing you should look at. Even before looking at the minimum wage, because if I am attending to the minimum wage and making it visible, the question is, the minimum wage, is it going to serve a purpose? Because if I'm telling you to pay a particular amount as minimum wage, and at the end of the day, I am buying just, they call it lambasted in Yoruba, just a pack of pepper, I'm buying it for about 300 to 500, Baba. How many will I buy to prepare a pot of stew? So you should be able to look at that. Then you should come down to inflation. Yeah, we ascribe all this to the government, but the question is it the government that is actually inflicting these prices? So there are areas you should look at. So the first, second, third agenda, this is not a 10 agenda, 7 agenda thing. Just 3 major things, basic amenities. We talk about the feeding. Let's look at the allowances. And if possible, my brother, most importantly, fuel.
And these are the major challenges Nigerians are facing.
My brother, if I eat well, I'm able to transport at an affordable price. Are you getting me? The third one won't be an issue. So these are the things we should look at. So Atiku Baba, I know definitely you will get this. Take a chill pill. Not this next election, Baba. Relax. You need to go back to your drawing board.
And is that statement not a statement of mockery?
No, it's not a statement of mockery, my brother. There is another which says that when the foundation is destroyed, you will run back to God religiously. But if you look at it that your building is not doing well, it is better you crumble it and then start back from the foundation. Now, people that have done invention over time, they failed severally. But because they looked at their trend of failure, went back, and then today we are celebrating them. Look at electricity. So it is not a bad thing to fail. It is the mindset behind your failure. And then the bouncing back after your failure that makes you victorious. He has failed. It's obvious he has failed.
He has failed.
He has failed.
So you should wait till
So he should
2031.
Why he's failing is because he's not taking time to, as a football player, you look at, the last match, how did we perform? The team you want to play with, how have they performed over time? And then you go back to your table to say, okay, you attack, you defend, you get it. But he is not taking time. He's not taking a retreat to look at his journey so far. The causes of his failure, what would have prompted his victory, and he has not really looked at his strength in terms of wanting to win an election. And that comes with his political ambition, the execution, and most of all, what has been his background check on his political opponents.
And it reminds me of the statement Obasanjo made sometimes ago. He said Atiku will never become the president of Nigeria.
Never become a president. That is a ridiculous statement. That is the need for him to go back to his drawing table to say, someone has challenged my coming as a president. What am I not doing right? Or what am I doing wrong? Because if he doesn't go back to the drawing table to re-strategize, he's not going to get what it takes to get to that position, talk less of ruling. It is one thing to get there, it is another thing to rule. So that's just
All right, away from that, let's quickly look at the page we have here, page 4 of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. Nigerians perplexed under Tinubu's government, says Afenifere. Are you perplexed?
Talking about perplexity, it comes in all dimensions. Talking about the feeding area, people are perplexed. Transportation, people are perplexed. For those that have means of transportations like cars, and those that run business of Okada, Marua, or even you drive your own personal car, they are perplexed. Talking about rentage, people are perplexed. In short, lights, people are perplexed. The taxation is crazy. So when you say people are perplexed, indeed, Nigerians presently, they are perplexed. The people keep saying that over time, but we are not being tribalistic, neither are we trying as much as possible to push play. But let us say what it is. People are really down. And when you are down, you are perplexed. So Nigerians are really perplexed.
Nigerians are really perplexed.
Yes, and you don't have the money, you don't have the means, and even the product you are going for, because you don't have the money and because you don't have the means, the product is even scarce. My brother, depression is you.
You can see it everywhere. There are queues everywhere at filling stations.
So that's just the fact. If we take a brief walk right now, the filling station next to us, you can see the long queue.
Long queue.
People are supposed to be at work, but instead they are telling the drivers to go queue. Some of them actually parked their cars just to take spots.
Yes.
Quickly go and sign at the office and then come back. At the end of the day, it affects the daily delivery. It affects the individual, and at the end of it all, the income. It's not forthcoming.
This is just 1 year plus of Tinubu in office. And we are facing this.
It is not how far, it is how well.
We still have about 3 years or so.
It's not how far, it is how well. Though he said something initially.
Can we survive this?
He said Nigerians will always survive it. That is one thing about we Nigerians. That is why whichever country you go to in the world, you'll find Nigerians. If there's any country that Nigerian has not stepped his or her foot on, that country is not in existence. Because Nigeria will always survive either good time or bad time. But one thing we Nigerians should try as much as possible to stop, reduce, try as much as possible to avoid is wanting to cope with unnecessary difficult situation. we don't stand up for our rights.
But we protested in August.
Protest. When you talk about
We are
protest,
still in August now. We are still in August. Just a few days to go.
Do you call that protest? It's a sideline segmented campaign. Some individuals actually stepped up.
That's the first of August protest.
Some people actually stepped up as a result of this protest. See, let me tell you one thing about politics that I've found out in our country, Nigeria. It is more like a game of chess. Individuals who are aspiring for a particular position or office with compensation or recognition would push the pawns to go make some noise, ginger them, and at a point, what they do is they step back to relax, waiting for negotiation. And as soon as they get that negotiation compensation, they step back to say, hey guys, fall back. You've done well. Achieving selfish interests. Politics is a dirty game, like I used to say. In Nigeria, it is also a self-centered and selfish game. So if you talk about the protest, how imagine, we're in Lagos, Abulegba to be precise. How come in Abulegba we didn't hear crisis? In Lagos as a whole, the rate of protesting was so minimal. In the north, everywhere they catch fire. Abuja, everywhere they catch fire. There you should know that some individuals strategically pushed some set of few to move forward to ginger, just to threaten the government.
There was protest in Lagos.
How legit?
We didn't experience
How
any form of
legit
violence.
was the protest? There is a difference between, you see, when you talk about protest, I'm not trying to promote violence, but when you talk about protest, no matter how hard you try to curtail a protest, it, quote and unquote, could result to violence if not properly managed. Those people actually went there for jamboree. Carry me. That's how Yoruba will say it.
And don't you think Lagos protest was properly managed?
Was it properly managed?
That's
or
why
planned?
we didn't see any.
It was, I wouldn't say it was properly managed. It was planned to achieve a selfish aim.
Planned by who?
Selected few.
By the state government?
Let's
Or the
not,
CSOs?
Let's not go there.
Are you
There
telling me
are
that?
individuals.
Are you telling me that the Lagos state government bought some people over?
Let me give you a throwback. The NSAS saga, people made billions out of it. Are you with me? Every protest, every crisis that happened in Nigeria, there are selected individuals who are behind the scene who play this draft to say, how do we achieve our aim of getting our own share of the cake? Even when they already have a share of the cake, how can I get more? Extortion. Every individual in the political system wants a situation whereby I create an attention and then get the people's attention. And the moment I get the individual's attention that I am actually targeting, I place my petition before the person. And once my petitions have been met, agreements made, contracts signed, deal sealed, the next thing is, hello guys, you know what? Let us just take a chill pill for a while. Not letting the individuals that have been sent as pawn to go make the noise, to go create awareness, to go walk, to go march and make noise, not letting them know what has happened behind the scene. So in all fairness, like I used to say from onset, the country Nigeria itself is a business. So it depends on the department you find yourself. It is finance, my brother, back finance. If it is politics, try as much as possible to relate with the finance aspect so that you don't just politic and then not make money. So whatever be the case, every target, every move is aimed at one thing: enriching individuals or selected individuals, which we call, in a nutshell, Kaba. So we're talking about the protest and all. And Lagos protest was properly managed, quote and unquote. That is what they will say. The northern part, their protest was also managed. NSAS was managed. But at the end of the day, it was as if you would say it was hijacked. Which individuals? There is no one person that would hijack a protest. Let's be sincere. It must be properly planned. Stage 1, stage 2, stage 3 for execution. So you cannot just, you and I cannot say because there's a riot here now, you will not go forefront. My brother, not be duplicate to the whole now, original. You will not go forefront to say, you want to hijack. No. It takes a professional or a clique of professionals to hijack a protest. You and I, we're actually at a new stand right now. If anybody wants to hijack this newsstand right now, it's not going to be one person. It's going to be selected individual with like minds. And the like mind could actually come from the street or even political, whatever, or even from the government parastatals to say, why are you people doing this? You are the people tarnishing the image of the country and all that, or you are the people taking out news to those that are not even seeing it from the street angle. So it takes not just a thought, but a process to hijack any form of protest. And for you to be able to hijack a protest in a nation, in a state, it goes beyond just the individual.
Now, before I let you go,
All right.
what's the hope of ordinary Nigerians in this 1 year plus administration? Move closer to the mic.
Never mind my form of laughter. It happens to be a form of mockery. I'm a Nigerian, a proud one at that. As at today, we never can tell what will happen tomorrow. The hope of every Nigerian is a better tomorrow. And the better tomorrow starts from you and I. If you wouldn't mind, I will give an illustration. If I get something or a foodstuff for about 5,000, I should be able to minimize my level of profit on it, considering my fellow Nigerians. Because the rate of inflation is high, the rate of hoarding is high, and at the end of the day, is inflicting unnecessary pain on every Nigerian. Like I said, the future, the hope of every Nigerian, apart from being on God, is on we, the individuals. Let us consider ourselves. We are shouting the government, the government, the government. This is democracy. And the definition of democracy says that government of the people, for the people, by the people. It all surrounds you and I. So if it surrounds you and I, then I think we at the grassroots should start considering ourselves. The moment we start to do that, Tinubu is not our major headache. Though he has his own, but it's not our major headache. His level of governance, see, let us have this understanding.
Okay.
He has a pre-planned process which he has planned before getting to office, which he has an opportunity to adjust while in office. That's agreed. Another thing is execution. The individuals that are asked to execute these things, do they follow it suit? Do they follow it to the latter? And the question of the process of execution, is it as cogent as it ought to be? Because it is one thing to plan, it is another thing to execute. But the process of executing, is he achieving the purpose? You can now imagine him saying subsidy is gone and gone forever. But when he saw the protest, quote and unquote, not because of Lagos, but because of other states, he decided to, regurgitate on what he has said, wanting to retrieve his words and then adjust. You should know that uneasy lies the head that wears the crown. He takes decisions, but he doesn't take decisions individually. But there is still one point I want to bring down. I know it's not a topic for today. I really sense indirect rule in our democracy. But my take is this: as Nigerians, as individuals, if I consider my next door neighbor, at the end of the day, we start from the grassroots. Even government will not have, government as an individual, that is the president, will not have a say. Take for instance the protest. If Lagos had also gone alongside with Abuja and those in the north, not creating unnecessary crisis, not creating loss of lives and properties, not vandalizing things. You can imagine protest, they call protest. You are not telling people to go to a secluded area where nobody will see them, nobody will hear them. They go and protest. What you are saying is go one corner, go dey cry. Once you finish crying, come outside. That I do to my son.
Go back to your homes.
Once I do to my son, I'll say, guy, go there, go to that, go to your crying spot. Once you are done crying, come back outside, clean your face. That is suffering and smiling. You've suffered behind the scene, now you are smiling in presence of everybody.
All right.
So that is it.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thanks for coming.
Mr. Mike.
All right.
Good to see you on the street once again.
All right, thank you so
All
much.
right,
I
all right.
appreciate you. Let's have a few words with Mama. Just a few words with you. As a woman in the house, you have a family. Just want to have a few words with you. As a wife in the house, I know you are also passing through one or two challenges unleashed by this present administration. How do you feel about the whole situation? Things going on in the country. And of course, you would cook, take care of children, take care of your husband, even if your husband is providing money for you to cater for the family. How do you feel?
Oh, asking about how I feel is actually not. It's not easy because looking at the prices of things being hiked in the market, getting things sorted out is becoming. It's not really bearable for household commodity. And they used to say when hunger is settled, a lot of things can be achieved.
Achieve.
And also, it is said that an hungry man is an
Angry
angry
man.
man. So let's see how hunger could be tackled. And this hunger can only be tackled when the prices of commodity in the market is being considered and the masses are given the access to get this commodity in a very minimal rate that is going to make feeding. If you look around very well now, you see that begging has become very rampant in the community simply because people cannot afford the feeding, the high rate of feeding again. So I don't know how it could be done. If this could get to the politician and those in charge can actually work towards making things easy. I believe wives like me at home, they are not finding running home easy again because our daddies are not ready to add to our allowances and the community is not smiling. So it's not really easy. It's not easy.
So if you want to cook a pot of soup now, sorry, yeah, if you want to cook soup in the house now, like how much do you think would be enough to do that?
Depending on the soup you want to cook.
Maybe you want to prepare fish and meat
Ah.
stew.
Fish is good now because if you want to get just a titus now, a big titus, you get within 1/8 and 2K.
Okay,
So if a fish is already taking 1/8 2K,
just one.
just one, before you buy the other ingredients, you use just for the soup. You've not talked about what you want to use to heat the soup. Before you prepare a very good soup for the family, I think you should be having up to 4K to prepare soup only.
Soup only.
Yes, soup only, and that is on a managed level. That is on a managed level. So for you to feed well now as a family, you have to be thinking of maybe 8K, 9K. Considering the type of family you run.
A day,
Yes.
not for 3 days.
Oh, considering the type of family you run, we have people with 3 kids, 5 kids. So how will they survive? It's not easy, my brother. It's really, really not easy. But we pull through in this country.
Did you support APC during the campaign period?
Me,
Did you vote for this administration?
to be frank with you, sir, I never voted because it's a known fact that they already know the person who is going to rule the country. So why wasting my time going to the polling unit saying I want to vote, I want to cast my vote? I know my vote does not count. They already have their way around the whole election process and they know how to come out with it. Imagine the result being announced when people were sleeping. So, but it has been done. It has been done. It's for us to look for the way forward.
But at that point in time, you had a particular person in mind, really your choice. You had a candidate, right? You were trying to vote for, even if you didn't vote.
Not that I really have a candidate, but I only looked at it like when we have the major people we have been presented with, we have the old, the young, and the old.
Major people we have been presented with.
Exactly. So if we look at it, we have the old, the young, the old. So to me, I will look at it like we should consider the young among them because the old people they will still their mentality then it will not really be with the modern thinking.
Who is the young one?
we know that between these three candidates being presented to us, we know the young one among them is actually Peter Obi,
Okay.
which is
That was your candidate.
you will not call him my candidate
Because you said the old, the young, the old.
just stating the obvious.
yeah.
So you will not really say it's my candidate because I'm not a political
Person.
fan, something like that. But let's think of how to get the younger ones
Into the system.
into
right?
the system for a better change. Because the younger ones, they are closer to the modern people. And they'll be able to know their wants, their needs, their cries will get to them than these aged ones. So
The president has always said that there will be light at the end of the tunnel. Are we hopeful of any light at the end of the tunnel?
the tunnel, do we know how long the tunnel will take? Do we know the length of the tunnel? So we should keep moving in the tunnel, in the dark, without knowing when the tunnel is going to end. Well, that is a poor man prayer, that there is light at the end of the tunnel. Let's keep moving in the tunnel till we get to the light.
All right, thank you so
Thank
much.
you, sir. It's nice talking to you.
All right,
Thank you so much. I'm grateful.
All right, let's good morning to you, Daniels. How are you doing?
Yeah, good morning.
Daniels Ayabu.
I'm here again.
I remember you said it some time ago. That should be last year. That the worst, is it the worst party is better than the president? I don't know.
Yeah, like
I don't know how you put
okay,
it.
I think I said I don't know which one you want to remember.
Okay.
I talked to many times and I said there's one I said and I keep saying I prefer the worst party to come rule us than the continuous party. Like we are recycling governance or government.
Yeah.
That recycling thing to stop. I prefer the worst one to come. Let's experience a new worst thing than we keep keeping to experience same thing.
Same thing. Not a different thing.
Yeah,
but we are experiencing the worst now. Are we not? What are we experiencing?
Yes, it is the worst, right?
It's the same
But
administration.
we still know them. We know we know they this is how they've been. I didn't expect anything good from them. I didn't expect anything good from them.
Yeah, you said it. You said
Yes, I said it, and I've been saying it. Anyone who I don't know, I don't understand how come a person you went to school for let's say 4 or 5 years, you call yourself a graduate, and you still open your eyes, or someone came from nowhere to convince you to vote this same government. I don't understand. I don't understand. I wonder. So it's just very it's disheartening. You know, you keep voting the same people and they keep doing us like I say jokingly, I say this government, people who voted for this government, they will solve I say it in Yoruba, I say I don't make the bako
yeah, you said
8 years, and it may even get more than 8 years, but I'm sensing this thing of it's coming again he's trying to change
the system
of
ruling.
thank you, system of ruling. He's coming to change it. Quote me.
Like six years tenure.
Kind of a hand.
6 years tenure.
You extend it
That's
to favor him. Until our eyes are open, until you open your eyes, open your ears, and travel to see things, you will keep suffering. If you like, vote again. Yeah, I'm sure those people that were shouting Emiloko, the thing don't come on now. We say they they are hiding, but they are suffering. You will suffer. Keep voting. You will suffer. If you cannot recoil, and reason, you will keep suffering.
But some Nigerians still feel that their mandates, was stolen last year. Their vote didn't count. They voted for their choice, but at the end of the day, it didn't count. That's what many Nigerians are saying.
Many,
yeah.
but most of them followed this government. They followed.
Sure most of them followed this government?
I can count. In fact, even in my area alone. If you know how many people that were canvassing youth, men, real men, valuable men in the area were canvassing youth, and this hunger of a thing and everything. They tell you one, if they tell you do this, you get 5k, get 2k. If you don't have a brain, you will follow them. And we have plenty of people who don't have brain. That's why plenty of them follow this government, and we are in this mess, and they are suffering it. I mean, I didn't vote this. I didn't even support this government, but then I know it will only change when your eyes are open.
All right, thank you so much, Daniel
Thank you very
Zayabo, and I really appreciate you. All right, viewers across the globe, here we say goodbye on today's edition of this program. But before I go, there's a gentleman here I would like to talk to. How are you doing? Wow,
I'm good for you.
wow. Good to meet you. Wow.
My name is One Ninja.
One Nigeria.
Yeah,
That's one Nigeria.
that is it.
You must be a patriotic Nigeria. Wow. So how do you feel about? Because you're still on green, white, green. Yeah. what you're putting on?
I said earlier, my name is One Ninja. That's why I put on green and green. But the One Ninja is no longer the way we see. The Nigeria that makes me to bear this One Ninja is no longer the way I am seeing. So even I myself, I'm going to change my name very soon, and I'm still broadcasting it in social media. And I'm going to change my name because when people hear that my name is One Nigeria, they will say, "Wow, what is this guy bearing?" Where Nigeria is taking us to where we don't even know. That is not something that I will continue bearing. A lot of people knows me as One Nigeria, but I need to change my name
Because of what?
because
Country
of
not
because of the
favorable? Are you not
my
enjoying the way things are, or what?
when we talk about a country, talking about Africa, Nigeria is the best place to enjoy life. But we are not seeing anything coming up. We are not seeing anything coming up because why? Come for oil crew, come to everything. Salt, we are the one that have everything. NEPA, but still yes, we are rosing. We are rosing as in more than people that they rose in fire. Seriously, I'm still praying to God. I don't know because even when we talk about military to take over, pardon me to say this, when we talk about military to take over, the military that we know before is not the military that we know now again. Because all the military have been snatched to their duty to 419. Look at when our president just enter, then do what? Then chase the chairman of the military and put up the own test, and they are working hand to hand. Or else before, when we talk about rally, we used to get faith that one or two things we come to pass through. But this one we do, when we want to do beyond to their own text, they started shooting. And when they started shooting, your name will not record it. Your parents will just be finding you. They'll be thinking that you travel on the roads, like Libya roads, because when a government shoots you or kill you, they will hide their pain. They will not even broadcast it that they have already shot someone else like this. It's only a typical person that knows you that will give the news. So we pray whether military will take over, because I don't even have anything again to say, because the country have already corrupt that even we youth have seen it. That is not to shed the blood. Because we continue sharing the blood, that is not the solution.
Don't you think that would be another worse experience if military takes over?
For my own opinion,
Have you experienced a military coup
yeah,
before?
yeah,
Have you experienced it?
I've not experienced it, but I go through it in Google. I see that we benefit because they do discipline and they don't do beyond all these things that is going on. That honorary councillor will be making use of 8 cars once. Honorary councillor. What does that mean in this country? No, when we talk about councillor, you know what councillor mean. it's not a big post, but you will see that they will be saying councillor is coming. You will be seeing security, all these military escort everywhere. Honorary councillor that we know before. So everything is just that buy and fixing on all this their bony cuties.
All right, thank you so much.
Yes.
God bless you. I really appreciate you.
God bless you.
All right, thank you. We hope to see you some other time. All right, thank you so much, viewers. We really appreciate you for joining us on today's edition of this program, City Views. Michael Adekunle is signing out. I say, please remember to subscribe on the channel and also make sure you comment, like, and share. Tomorrow is another day. I'll be bringing you City Views on City Star. Thank you so much, everyone. Bye.
City Stand.